Anyway, without further ado, what I want to do is be able to get your speakers up here for this last workshop for the day. And for those of you that were looking for the workshop, helping new coaches put their best foot forward, you're in the right place. And if that wasn't the workshop you were looking for, it's the right workshop for you to be in. So take a seat and join us. Now help me welcome to stage an individual that started Beachbody back in September of 2009. She's earned Elite Coach every year she's been sponsored in the business. Elite 10 Coach every year of that as well. So she's been on the Success Club Top 10 trip. She has 41 consecutive months as Success Club 10. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star. She's currently serving on the Coach Advisory Board, representing coaches like you. And without further ado, help me welcome all the way from Palm Beach, Florida, Hillary Kelly. So excited for these two. Your next individual is a 7-star diamond all the way from Beckett, Massachusetts. He was sponsored 11 lifetime diamond coaches, so his status doesn't represent what he's actually been able to accumulate. We bring that up only from the standpoint of this is an individual that really has been able to show coaches how to get started. This individual is also serving on the Coach Advisory Board for the 2013-2014 year. He's an elite coach for 2010, 2011. He's earned the Success Club trip for 2010, 11, and 12. Help me bring to the stage Bob Lucido.
Ready, how about you?
Are you guys ready?
How about you? Are you ready?
I just have to say this as a plug for the workout, obviously, right? So I'm going today too, so I'm excited. But you guys took up all the shirts for Bob.
Yeah, I tried to get a matching one, but they didn't have any left.
We're gonna match.
Remember that really cool hoodie with the sleeveless?
So how many of you are having an amazing time? It's seriously awesome, and I'm looking in this room, and this room is full, which to me means that we have all of you coaches getting ready to go home and go back to your teams to help your new coaches, right? Maybe some of you in here are new coaches and you have people on your team. And we want to talk about today is helping your coaches get started, right? Helping them get started so they can put their best foot forward in their business, right?
Absolutely. This topic to me is probably the closest and dearest to my heart, because the very best way to build successful coaches down the road is to make sure that they get started. You know, saying putting that first foot forward, it really is from the very first moment that you sponsor that new coach that journey begins. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today, and sort of help give some tips and share some things that Hillary and I have done with our teams to help really cement that process in. But let's start this off right now by planting a seed in your minds so that when you walk out of here, if you're not doing this already, please take this away with you when you walk away, and that is understanding from the very first moment that you sign a new coach, you have just partnered up with a brand new business partner. And you have to think of it that way, and you have to know that from that very first moment, that relationship has begun and this process is underway.
Yeah. Well, how do you end up with every year finishing the year as an elite coach? How do you end up growing your team? And that becoming an elite coach really means working with your team. It doesn't stop with you just signing people. So it's super important. You earn elite points and you become an elite coach every year by helping your coaches to do the things that you do every day. They need to mimic you. So that all comes back to our first topic is talking about leading your coaches, and what does it really mean to be a leader?
Yeah, being a good leader, being a good leader starts with being a good sponsor. And before we jump into this topic of leadership, just to springboard off what Hillary was just talking about understanding that your success in this business, if your goal is to be a lead or if your goal is to be a top coach, whatever it might be, it comes down to building your team and nurturing the team. I love talking about this business, and I really like to use the term team sport. This is a team sport. You cannot do this by yourself. You cannot have success by yourself. Right? Take Michael Jordan, maybe the best basketball player ever to live. If you put him on the court against any other basketball team in the world, he's going to lose, right? Because you cannot play a team sport by yourself. So you have to come into it with that mindset. You have to understand that you are working as a team, and it starts from that very first moment. And you are the leader of that team. You're the captain of your team, and you have to come into it with that mindset.
Well, yeah, leading isn't being a manager or a boss or a dictator. And one of the most important things that you can do as a leader is to create that vision. And creating that vision can only happen from you doing the things that they need to be doing, walking that walk, right? So if you're here at Summit and you're getting it out to your coaches that you're here and you're getting them excited, maybe you're posting pictures on Facebook talking about, you know, you just did this great workout with Shanti, you're in this great training, you're so excited about coming home and really jumping into your business and taking your business forward because you've learned so much that it's going to help them be successful as well. And you create this vision not only about Summit, but what's possible. What has it done for you? What does coaching do for you? Not just your workouts, but what has it created for you? And I know for me, it's taken me through this journey of weight loss, but it's also becoming a coach and growing my business. I realized very quickly that if I wanted to earn money, I had to build my team. And I had to work with my team. I was sponsoring people, and I grew very quickly my first year, but I realized I had all these people, but what do I do? What do I do with them?
Exactly. And when do I become a leader? Right? That's a big question a lot of times. Well, you know what? You become a leader as soon as you're an Emerald coach. Actually, as soon as you sign your first coach, you now become a leader. And what do we do as a leader? Just as Hillary was talking, that vision. Right? Sometimes you have to have the vision before your new coach, before they even have that vision. You have to see your new coach as a successful elite coach, as a superstar diamond coach, before they even see that. And you have to hold that vision for them and help to nurture that vision within themselves. You have to start to help them to believe in themselves. And sometimes that can be a difficult journey for a brand new coach. When I'm talking about how to succeed in this business, I always like to talk about this three-step process of belief. And in my deep, heartfelt belief in how you really succeed in this business, the first thing you have to do is believe in the products, right? So there you go, be a product of the product, and you know we all understand that. We all have all the people on our teams, and a lot of times that's why we became a coach, because we saw what the amazing results that our products can get for people. That's number one. Number two is you have to get a deep felt belief in this company. Well, that's why you come to Summit, that's why you go to all the events, you get to the Super Saturdays, and you really, really connect with what this company is all about, what the vision and the mission of this company is all about. But that's not enough. It doesn't stop there. There's a part three, and in a big sense, that part three can be the most important one, and that is helping your new coach believe in themselves. And as the leader, a lot of times it has to start with you. You have to believe in that new coach. You have to see the vision of that new coach as a superstar coach, even though they're a brand new little baby coach. And that's really where it all starts.
Yeah, it's part of the behaviors, right? It's a part of the behaviors that you do, and it starts the minute that you sign your first coach, even before you're an Emerald coach. If you bring somebody into this business, you are a leader. You're leading them, just like you're leading your customers to your challenge groups. So it is your responsibility to create that vision and say, hey, you know, this is what I did. I started just like you. I started at 0 volume. I started with no coaches on my team, and I started with no customers. how to get up every day and decide that this is what I want to do because I believe in it, and I believe that you can do it too, because if I did it, there is no reason that you can't do this too, right?
Absolutely, and you know, the essential behaviors, it's not just about dictating those behaviors to your new coaches, it's about modeling those behaviors for your new coaches. If you want your new coaches to be in Success Club every month, then you need to be in Success Club every month. If you want your new coaches to be running challenge groups, you need to be running challenge groups. Right? It's that old saying, you know, do what I say, not what I do. Well, no, it doesn't work like that, folks. In this business, and really in life in general, people are going to watch what you do, and that's what they're going to do. What comes out of your mouth, you know, a lot of times just gets lost in space, but what you're modeling, what you are doing, is what they're going to do. So as a leader, really take a look at yourself, right? Sometimes it's not all about this new coach that you're leading. I love talking to coaches, and Hillary, I'm sure you do this too. You're talking to new coaches, and they say, my team won't do anything, right? Well, that's not what it's about. Your team, it's not about your team doing anything. It's about you doing it, and then the ones who really want it, and the ones who are going to be the players on your team, they're going to watch you, they're going to look at what you're doing, and that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, it's so important, huge, and I know it's that the speed of the leader, right? The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And if you want to grow an amazing, strong organization, you have to be that example. And you know, when you get to Emerald, look forward to Ruby. When you get to Ruby, look forward to Diamond. When you get to Diamond, yeah, I'm going to be a lead coach, right? I'm going to go 5-star, and I'm going to be a lead coach. That's my goal, and I think everybody in my team is going to do that as well. And we're not going to stop until we all get there, until every person that wants to work the business on my team is going to have that vision, because I tell them that they can do it, because I did it, right?
That's right, and you know, Hillary just used what I think is the magic word, the we word. Right? If you want your coaches to do something, it's not Hillary, go do this, it's Hillary, let's go do this together.
Yeah.
Hillary, let's go get your next coach signed up. Let's set up your challenge group together. If you can have that partnership idea, and instead of, hey, go do this, let's go do this together, you're going to find that your coaches will be much more likely to actually get active and do something.
Well, it's like you said too, you know, my coaches never do anything. You hear that all the time, and sometimes I look at what that coach is doing, they're probably not doing the vital things, just those daily things every day. And if you're not inspiring anybody, what's the people on your team going to do? They're going to do what you're doing. If you're complaining every day, and maybe you yourself don't have that belief in your business, pretty much everybody you sign is probably going to be the same way too.
You betcha. And that's a huge point, Hillary, too. I love that thing about the complaining piece. You know, if you are a leader, don't be complaining. Don't let your team hear you complaining, right? We're building a business together. And so if Hillary and I are working together, and all I do is complain about this, complain about that, and oh my God, the back office is slow today. And, well, guess what your new coaches are going to do? Your new coaches are going to pick up that habit, and your new coaches are going to get planted in their head, Hillary's always complaining, and she's a top superstar coach, or she's the leader of my team. Even if you're an Emerald coach, right? You just brought in your person, right? Then, maybe this bitter's a problem here. Whereas if you can do the opposite of that, and you know, be the optimist. Don't be the pessimist. Be the optimist with your new coaches, and show them the silver lining, and show them how to move forward.
Yeah, it's just, this is one of the most important parts of what we're going to talk about today, is you as the example. It starts with you. So if something's wrong with your business, I always tell my coaches, oftentimes you have to fix you, not your coaches. You have to fix what you're doing. Maybe it takes more personal development. Maybe it takes, you know, starting all over again, re-engaging with some of your older coaches. And some of them that aren't doing anything, you got to let it go. And you got to move on, and you got to inspire them. So.
Absolutely. So you got that, everybody? Everybody ready to be a leader?
Great. So we get down to some business of how we actually get the coaches started right. This is so important. I mean, everybody, whenever I sign up a coach, I think about the first day that I signed up as a coach, and I got that email from Beachbody, and then I got an email from my sponsor, and then I got another email that I had to go over here, and maybe I had to start a challenge group, and I had to make Success Club, and I had to do all these things, and I was so excited, but I was like, where do I start? You probably felt overwhelmed, right? I think everybody, who in here didn't feel overwhelmed, right? Right, exactly. So you have to remember that, right?
Absolutely. We've got some amazing tools right at our fingertips to help us do that, so that from day one, and even if you're a brand new coach, you signed up yesterday, and then boom, you signed up your first coach today. All right, we already dealt with the leader thing, right? You're already a leader, and guess what? You've got a full package of tools. This 7-day quick start guide is an amazing tool to help you sit down with your new coaches. My mic's not working. Here we go. To sit down with your new coaches and have them guide of what that first conversation should look like. Is everyone familiar with this document? Raise your hand if you've seen this document.
Awesome.
Excellent. Awesome. This is a great document to make sure that you're outlining and starting with the right behaviors right from the beginning.
Well, I think it's super important as well to keep it simple. And this is your formula to help your coaches and keep it simple. I think Carl was talking about today, like we had the game plan, like the 100 steps of the game plan. When I became a coach, we had very little, things were starting to roll out, and there maybe wasn't as many videos in the library, or, there wasn't training on how to use Facebook and how to do all these other things. So I remember sending my new coaches, this email that was like this, like, go here, do this, do this, do this, do this. And over time, I realized I wasn't getting a lot of response, and maybe some of them would get very disengaged in the beginning unless I got on the phone with them and could talk to them and talk them through it. So over time, I myself have created obviously taking them to a quick start. This is something you can do right away. These are the most important things that you as a new coach need to do. The first thing I tell them to do is your quick start guide, what you need to do to get your business moving forward today. Keep it simple, right? And they're not gonna go, I'm like, you're gonna feel overwhelmed, it's okay. And it's okay to tell them that, because they're gonna go, because I really do, right?
Absolutely, and a little tip about how to use this thing. If you've got some brand new coaches and you either send this to them or you show them how to find it in the back office, don't leave them alone to go and fill this thing out. Make sure that you're either on the phone with them, or if you can't be in person, then fantastic, but a lot of times you can't do that. Maybe somebody across the country, then get on the phone with them, get into a Skype conversation, be there with them when they fill this out, and make sure you do this right away. The game plan that we talked about a couple of minutes ago, we used to always say, do your get started right interview in the first 48 hours. And I can't stress how important that is. Your brand new coach who you just signed up, who's now your business partner, is ready to go. That brand new coach is hungry, wants to get started, is ready to partner up with you and go. Sit down with this document and go over these things. We've got the 3 vital behaviors on there. You're going to talk about Success Club in there. You're going to help them make their list of the first people that they're going to go ahead and contact. Those are the most important things that you can give to your brand new coach, and you have to do it right away.
Yeah, it's important because this puts the focus on them starting their business, right? What can they do? Simply, supporting their team, those 3 vital behaviors that they can do. And that's simple, that's not overwhelming. If they know these 3 vital behaviors, everything is put out there. What's your goal? Success Club is on there. We want everybody making Success Club, right? That needs to be in their face first thing, and it's going to give them a little direction. And like Bob said, show them. Show them. Very good.
Talk about some of these things. Some of these things we've got listed over here. We're going to go through some of those in more detail as we continue here. But Success Club. Sometimes people think it's too early to talk about Success Club. It's not too early to talk about Success Club with your brand new coach, right? Because we're going to talk to them about getting a challenge group started. We're going to talk to them about getting a couple of challenge packs sold in their very first month. And guess what? That's going to help them to earn Success Club. And if you start them on that road from the beginning, if they understand from the first day that they come into the business that Success Club every month is just part of doing this business, then guess what? They're going to continue to do that month after month after month because they understand that that's part of this business. And you heard it this morning, right? You heard it over and over again. All of the top coaches, all the most successful coaches do that. I know Hillary's done it. I've started 32 months in a row myself, and I tell people all the time, that's what it is. Success Club 5. Just get that month after month, teach your brand new coach from day one how easy it is to get 5 little points and get them started down that road.
It's so true, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Success Club. I think we can we'll push on to the next slide. So we talked a little bit about how important, I can't stress this enough, is for you to keep it simple. And that quick start guide is going to help them from feeling overwhelmed. It's going to keep them focused faster, because what happens when they get overwhelmed and you get off the phone with them and a week later you don't hear from them, you're emailing them, you're calling them, right? And they've fallen off the face of the earth because maybe you didn't do that getting started right call, and maybe you didn't get that quick start guide to them. Maybe you didn't connect with them and say, hey, we're in this business together, we're a team, and I'm going to help you get through this. You're not just going to throw them at them and say, go read this, and I'll talk to you in a month.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, keep it simple is such an important thing. And, you know, instead of throwing all this stuff about all these possibilities and what this opportunity is, keep it very, very simple. That very first goal, let's sell your first challenge pack, right? Let's get you your first 2 Success Club points. That's it. That's all we have to do in the beginning. Let's start right there. Keep it simple. You know, and I'm a numbers guy. I like to see things in front of me. And I like to sit down with my new coaches and show them how easy it is to get their first investment covered in the very first month, right? It's a couple of challenge packs. Show them the commission that's going to come out of a couple of challenge packs. Show them the commission that's going to come out of a couple of Shakeology HD sales. And that's it. Sometimes we come into this business and we're overwhelmed and we think, okay, now I'm a salesperson or whatever it might be, and you have that mentality that in that first month, you have to climb this huge mountain. And the fact is, a brand new coach does not have to climb a huge mountain in the very beginning. They just have to focus on that first step, that first challenge pack. You know, let's make your first goal 1 challenge pack sale, 1 Shakeology HD sale. So, you know, keep it simple and keep it specific. And I like to show people, here's the commission off of a challenge pack, here's the commission off of a Shakeology HD, and they can see it right in front of them. And then I write on the top of the page, and this was your initial investment, remember? Hey, look at that, we did it already. And now we're rolling. You do that every single month, and all of a sudden, this becomes very easy to do. And that's what you want to do. You want to make this easy for your new coaches. Keep it simple.
Well, I can add to that. How important is it for a new coach to come into your business and in their first week, they're sending you a text or they're calling you or they're messaging you and they say, I just made $30 or I just made $50, I sold a challenge pack. I can guarantee you because of that, they're going to go, hey, I can do this. And this happened to me last week. I had a brand new coach. He's been coaching for 2 weeks, and he started, I plugged him in and said, look, Success Club. We talked about the 7-day quick start. And a week later, he told me he made $400 in 2 weeks. And you can bet that his goal is to make Success Club. He already has a goal to be Diamond. We didn't even talk about getting to Diamond, but because of that excitement, because he had that money in his pocket, it worked. And this is actually a coach who 2 years ago quit.
And celebrate that, you know?
Exactly.
There's just what Hillary's saying, celebrate that. Make sure that when your new coach does sell that first challenge pack, make a big deal out of it. Celebrate with them so that they can get a little bit of recognition. They can get a little bit of encouragement. You know, like we're saying there, it's your job to keep them focused and excited. And the way that you do that is by recognizing when they take those first little steps. Right? How many people out here have children? Right? What was it like when your child took their first step? Did you get excited? Right? Did you run over and pick them up and go, oh my God, you're walking! Right? Yes, right? You didn't go, oh yeah, it's good. You're going to take a lot more of those, though. You know? No, you didn't do that. Right? You got excited, you ran over, right? You called up everybody, guess what? He took his first step! Right? It's on video and everything, right? Your new coaches they're your little babies. And when they take that first step, celebrate that first step. Let them know how huge it is. Because just like that wobbly baby taking the first step, that coach who makes the first connection, right? The first customer, the first person joins their challenge group. Maybe it's not even a sale, right? Maybe it's not even that they sold the challenge pack, but somebody raised their hand and said, you know what, I've already got P90X, but I want to be in your challenge group. Woo-hoo! You started, you got a challenge group going. As a team leader, as their coach, as their sponsor, that's who you want to be in their life. Because if you become that person in their life, they're going to keep coming. Just like that little baby that you have, taking that first step, the more you encourage, the more you actually genuinely get excited with them. And I'm saying, be genuinely as excited as you are when that baby takes those first steps. They're going to feel that. There's a feeling that comes out of it, right? Recognizing those kinds of things, being genuinely excitement, it's going to give you that heart connection. It's going to give you that emotional connection with that new coach. That's what you want to do with that coach. That's creating a relationship. That's not being a manager. Hillary mentioned before. That is not being a manager. That's being an emotionally connected partner. And that's who you want to be.
Well, that kind of goes back, and I'm going to do a little plug for a book. Remember Seth Godin?
Oh, yeah.
He wrote a book called Tribes. And if you haven't read that book, I think it's super important for you to read that as a leader, because it's kind of what you're creating. It comes back to this, like Bob was talking about, and it's so important to create this. You don't want to create a team full of negative people, right? You want a team full of people that are like the people that are in this room, right? The people that are going to be in the super work, and all of us that we're all fanatical, right? We're excited, we're crazy, we're going to do a workout, and walking through the hallways in Las Vegas, and people are like, you're going to do a workout? And they're coming back with their bottles from the bar. We're all like, hey, we're going to work out. They're like, who are these people? But it's so exciting for them. Think about when you had your first sale, or you got that first email from somebody that said, you inspire me, how can you be my coach, right? And you're going to go to your coach and go, I'm so excited. And if you say, well, I can't talk to you right now, I have something to do, you know, maybe, and you go back to it the next day, and you didn't really make a big deal out of it for them, right? It's going to happen.
Absolutely, and do that on two levels. Do that both personally and publicly.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk we're going to talk in a minute here about team pages and how to get your people into a group. But if you've already got a group, or if you're on a team page, right? Maybe you're an emerald or a brand new coach, you're on a team, right? So you're probably on a team page somewhere. Celebrate on the team page. Guess what? My brand new coach Hillary just signed her first person! I'm so excited! Right? Put that out there so everybody can see it. And then also, personally, pick up your phone. You know what's the best way to get people personally these days? It's texting. Send a text to Hillary. Hillary, congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I can't believe that you got your first person.
Lots of emoticons.
Yeah. 6 million exclamation points.
It's important, right? It's so important because I know on my team page what we do, whenever somebody goes emerald, we make cool little collages on our iPhones, and we put the little emerald picture next to them, and we're celebrating them. I don't only do that on my team page, but I do like to recognize them on my personal wall because they're my team. And what's also happening is that other people who aren't coaches, who are your customers, or people in the waiting, right, looking at what we do, they'll see like, wow, she's excited for her team. You're creating that mentality of, this is exciting, she has passion, I want to be like that. I want to be like that person. You guys need to be the coach that you would sign up with, right? Right?
Absolutely. It's great because you're always learning here, and here I am on stage and I'm learning from Hillary right now, right? And I love what you just said there about do the recognition, that publicly, even outside of your team. Do it on your wall where everybody in the world can see it. Tag that person so that on their page, it's not just in this closed world, it's out into the world. Because when you do that, don't you see all their friends and relatives going, oh my God, I have no idea what it means to be an emerald, but I'm so excited for you! And then they're like, yeah, I'm an emerald.
Like, what's this emerald thing, this beach body thing that they're doing, right? It's a good conversation. Oops, I went backwards, sorry. First day with the clicker. Can we go back? We did it. It's gonna get fancy.
There we go. 3 vital behaviors. Anybody heard of these before? Raise your hand if you know what these are.
Well, raise your hand if you do them every day.
All right. How many people are really, really good at the first 2, but really don't like that third one? All right. Well, guess what? New coaches aren't going to like that third one either, because a lot of people don't understand what that third one is. And so I just want to take a sort of side note here on these 3 vital behaviors, because it really does seem like the first one, we sort of teach them how to invite, we teach them how to share, they can pick that one up pretty easily. Becoming a proof that the products work, product of the product, that's usually how they came in the first place, right? They were in combat or whatever it might be, and then they decide to become a coach on your team. And then you talk about this personal development thing, and you go, does that mean I have to start going to Tony Robbins seminars? Not quite sure if I'm ready for that. Break it down for them. You know, personal development is such an amazingly broad topic, but it's actually really simple. It's all it means is keep being a student. Keep being a student of life. Keep learning. Keep growing. So it actually can start with your physical transformation, right? If you've got a brand new coach and they're just working out every day and they're keeping track of their nutrition plan, guess what? That's a little bit of personal growth. Great, help them get started that way. They're a brand new coach, send them into the Coach Training Academy. Everybody know about the Coach Training Academy? Does everybody know that the Coach Training Academy is being completely overhauled?
I want to give a little plug on that, because I've seen, you saw today, Denise Steenham talk about Shakeology and the samples, and if you start to look in there and really dig in, there's been some amazing training added to that Coach, I can't even say it.
Coach Training Academy.
Coach Training Academy. But yeah, it's amazing, and there's been some amazing videos put out. One of my favorites with Michael Neiman.
Yeah, with his little characters.
Have you all seen that one?
Get them started right there, because that's part of personal development. Personal development has so many different faces, but part of it is learning about this brand new business that they just bought into. Get them over there, get them started working in there. Then maybe you can take a step out of there. You know, how many of people in this room really knew what a binary Cisco multi-level marketing business was before you became a Beachbody coach? Okay, a couple of you. I didn't. I had no idea what that was. Right? So I got on YouTube and typed it in. Wow, I learned a little bit. Google. Wow. A couple of books. And there you go. Now I'm starting down the road. And once you help them with the easy stuff, then you can kind of move into the next thing, and then the next thing you know, they are going to the Tony Robbins seminars, they're following Andy Johnson around the country, and now they're diving right into personal growth. And every single person who's had any success in this business at all will tell you that this number 3 might actually be the most important one on the list.
Well, I agree on that. It's completely, you know, when I became a coach, I remember not wanting to get on a team call and thinking that they're telling me to read all these books. I'm not time to read all those books. I'm a mom, I have kids running around screaming. You have to do what works for you, and I finally realized that I had this team of people, and I didn't really know how to be a great leader. And I didn't wake up as a superstar diamond coach. I had to develop that. And I tell my coaches, if you're not always learning, you're not growing. I'm still looking for ways that I can get better. I'm still looking for the next book that I can read that can inspire me to train my team better, to train my coaches better, to help my customers better, to be a better example so that they will follow me and they will have success quicker. So if I stop doing my personal development, I think I would stop growing, right?
Absolutely, and you know, that's it right there. That's all personal growth is. For those of you who know me, you might know that I have about 20 plus years experience in martial arts. I had this fantastic teacher, and what he used to say in every single class is, I want you to come to the mat with the beginner's mind. I don't care if you're a 10th degree black belt, when you come onto this mat, you're a beginner. And that's the mindset that you have to bring every single class to the mat. And it's the same thing in life, it's the same thing in this business, and that's what you want to share with your new coaches. And again, how do we do that? By modeling that behavior, by being the example of that behavior. You know, are you going to the trainings? Are you going to the things that are helping to move your personal development along? when you do, your coaches will too.
Exactly, exactly. If you don't think you need to have personal development because, oh, I got this, I can do this, I don't need to go get on the national coach call. You do. And if you're getting on the coach call and you're talking about it, your coaches are going to do it, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the system.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, number one system, how about getting started in that coach training academy that we talked about, right? There's a system set up for you. Plug your coaches into the system that your team has. Don't reinvent the wheel. I love talking to brand new coaches, either emeralds or diamonds or whatever it might be, and they're out there creating, spending the first 6 months in the business creating this brand new system. And it's like, hey, guess what, Hillary? We've got a system on our team. You can use it. It's yours. Right? And corporate has set up a system for us. And it's all right there for you, because all you have to do is help your new coaches get plugged into it. Hillary, I know you've done a fantastic job with your team with that. Maybe share a little bit about what you do.
Well, it's not something obviously that happened overnight, but I realized as my team started getting bigger, I had to think of ways to keep them excited. And what can I do for all of these coaches that I have to keep them in this system of always plugging into something to keep moving them forward? Obviously, we start with a quick start guide, but something that I did is I have the team page so everybody can connect, of course. I think it's very important. Everybody's on Facebook. But what I do every Monday of the first of the month, we start a 30-day new coach camp. And what we do is we go through, a lot of the content comes right out of the Coach Training Academy, but we sort of spoon-feed people daily tasks, almost like you may do with your challenge groups, which I heard Ali and I heard Tara talking about. Just daily tasks that we pin every day to that group, that they can go in there and check in any time of day. Most people are building their business while they're a full-time mom, at home with their kids, or they have 2 jobs, or whatever they're doing. You're always busy doing something, so they can plug in any time of day. They just have to plug in for 30 days. It doesn't even have to be a new coach. It can be a coach that just decides, okay, it's time for me to re-engage. But what has started to happen, we're doing these so consistently that coaches now are starting to say, when's the new one going to start? When are you going to post the link? So every 30 days, I have people plugging in, and people are starting to see this system, right? So they know, I'm going to plug my coaches into that, and it helps them, takes that pressure off of you to have to reinvent the wheel, right? There's the system. And we do the same for Push to Emerald. We push them to Emerald the next level. The next 30 days is, okay, now you finish this new coach camp, we're going to work toward Emerald. And they've learned about that in the Coach Training Academy, and they've also learned about that in the new coach camp. We do that as a push to diamond as well. So there's always something for your coaches to plug into to go. And I'm sure every coach has a team that they can plug into. I do get messages from coaches on Facebook that say, well, I don't have a good sponsor. I'm not successful because my sponsor doesn't do anything with the business. I email them, they don't want to talk to me, they don't do anything. I can guarantee you that there's somebody up the line somewhere, like Bob or myself, that has created something that is part of your team that can help them to be successful. And I'm sure if you reached out to Bob, if he was your upline sponsor, he would go, okay, I'm going to show you the way. He would step up and do that for you.
Absolutely, let's go. On our team, we have a 90 Days to Diamond. And again, back in the old game plan days, we have this thing called 90 Days to Diamond. I started it, and in my very first year, the very first year that I really had the aha moment and started to actually work this business was in 2010. I came to Summit, I had 50 people in my downline, started running 90 Days to Diamond programs, and ended the year with 1,000 people in our downline. So there's a system. I've continued to do that. Every 90 days we run a new 90 Days to Diamond run, and we keep doing that. Every single team in this network has something going on. And that point that you made about people reaching out to you and going, I just don't have a good upline. Baloney. Everybody, you go and look for your upline 5-star diamond, and I guarantee you that person has a system to plug you into. So if you are saying that you don't have a good upline, it's just because you didn't look far enough up yet. Keep looking up that upline, because those 5-star diamonds got to where they are because they plugged into a system or because they have a system that they're working with their teams. So that's for you, for yourself, but also for your new coaches. Plug them in. And the best way to plug them in is to invite them. Don't just say, hey, Hillary, make sure you're on the 30-day push call. Hey, Hillary, I'm going to be on the 30-day push call tonight. Are you going to be there? Absolutely. Hey, how about if we get on the phone and chat afterwards? Or call them up the next morning. Hey, did you catch the 30-day push call last night? It was amazing. No, I didn't make it. Oh, guess what? We recorded. Did you catch the recording? And that way you're going to get those new coaches going. Get them involved. Get them involved. Again, it's not go do it, it's let's go do it. And then remember that you are an accountability partner. So check in with them afterwards. You know, what was your favorite part of the call last night? What really got you fired up? What are you going to do after the call? And if people are talking about action steps in that call, get on the phone the next day with that brand new coach of yours. Hey, I can't wait to get started on what Hillary was talking about last night in our team call. What are you going to do to get started on that? Again, teaming up. It's not about floating this new coach off on a raft out into the middle of the ocean by themselves, right? They're going to get stranded. We don't want them to be that. We want them to all be connected. And we get plugged in by being plugged in ourselves and then plugging in the next person. An analogy I like to use with that is just an electrical current. Success in this business is like an electrical current. If I want success, I'm going to plug in with Hillary, then I'm going to plug in with my next coach, and we're just going to make this big, long chain of success. And anywhere where the chain's broken, guess what? The electrical current doesn't flow anymore, success doesn't flow anymore. Get connected, stay connected, and make sure that everybody you bring in gets connected.
Well, I hear that oftentimes, and I'm sure you've heard it too, is there's, the coaches out there that have no idea that their upline has a team call, or maybe they have no idea that there's actually even a team page or a 30-day new coach camp that's getting started. So it's something I talk about daily, and it's something I find I have to keep repeating, that I have to keep repeating to my coaches that, hey, we're going to keep doing this. So the word gets out, because sometimes people aren't always listening. I have to talk about it and repeat it and repeat it. So every month we've continued, just like Bob said, he's been doing these push 90 days to diamond groups, and he just continues to do them. So it becomes the normal for his coaches to plug their team into it. So they're creating this system. We know, just like I'm doing this new coach camp, this push to diamond, then we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep training. Now you're going to take your team and you're going to start that whole cycle. And you encourage your coaches, say, hey, you don't have to reinvent the wheels. And I know new coaches will say, I have to be a leader, but I'm not going to be able to, train them and do all these things. Well, that's great. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. We can plug them in. We're going to get them started. There's a new coach camp that's my upline has started for you, and you guys are going to do awesome. And we have this amazing team that's full of support. When they plug into that team page and they see people talking about getting to Emerald, and they see other people posting their biggest checks, you know what? They're going to want to learn. They're going to say, hey, I'm so glad I did that in coach camp.
Absolutely. They're going to be excited, and then they're going to become a team player. One of the things that I do in my trainings, we used to do the game plan. I love the game plan, and I still actually go by the 6 core activities in the game plan. And I've created something that I call Chapter 2 of the game plan. The game plan is what you do to kind of build your business, and it's mainly how you're interacting with customers, right? Same thing with the 3 vital behaviors. You're inviting new people to bring in new customers and new people in your challenge groups. Well, how about if we take this and we apply these same things to how you deal with your coaches? Are you inviting your coaches to the team calls, to Summit, to Super Saturday? Are you calling up every single one of your personally sponsored coaches and making sure that you are inviting? Chapter 2. Let's get those coaches going, right? Are you being a product of the product? Are you on the team calls? Are you on the national call every Monday? Are you talking about how much Summit made your business grow? Product of the product, right? This is it right here. Are you going to Super Saturday every quarter and then going home and talking to all of your personally sponsored coaches, telling them how amazing it was, telling them about everything you learned there, telling them about the aha moment that you had? had, or the emotional connection that you had. You know, the person who got up and told their success story, you were crying in the back and you couldn't stop crying. Are you sharing that? Are you being a product of the product level 2? And that's the business, right? So there's a chapter 2 to this, and we're here today talking about how to get your coaches going, right? Well, take these same principles and take them to the next step. And guess what? That third step up there, that personal development piece, same thing. Start engaging in the personal development pieces that help you grow as a leader. Are you learning how to be a better leader? Are you reading the books about being a better team leader? Are you getting the audios about how to be a better team leader? Think about that. Think about how you can take these activities and apply them to the way that you work with your team, the way that you work with your coaches, because it's completely applicable.
Absolutely. I'm going to flip this one. How many of you actually shared with your team, maybe that's not here, the people straighten up their mortgage?
How exciting was that? I mean, how amazing was that this morning?
That was powerful. I mean, I was getting chills. I know some of those coaches, and I know that that was a goal for them, and it's amazing that they were able to do that. And I had gotten a few texts from my coaches that were in the audience telling me, that's going to be me next year. I'm going to be up there shredding my mortgage and talking about how I paid off all my credit card debt. I'm going to do it because their stories are real, and you need to take that and share that with your team. It will inspire them. Share it now. Talk to them about that. It's pretty amazing, right? So let's move on to how to work with your coaches, working one-on-one with them, working in groups. We talked a little bit about our Facebook team pages and the different forms of texting and emailing and having Facebook groups. I think, to me, has become one of the most powerful tools because I've become kind of sick of email, and I know most of the time your emails is just, mine's always like, I look at it and it's just this big mess. And so most of my communication has become through Facebook and texting. And I find, like I said, again, most people are on Facebook before they brush their teeth, right? And some of us are guilty at 3 o'clock in the morning of rolling over and looking at that phone. Somebody just replied to my comment. That's pretty cool, right? So people are on Facebook. So this Facebook group, I find the people that are in my group are everybody on my team, but the people that are engaged on Facebook and in that group are people working this business. So I can go in there and talk about, you know, the new programs, everything that's coming out of Summit. I'm posting pictures of everything that's happening at Summit. Luckily, some of it was Ustream, which was really helpful.
Very nice.
But that was so important to create excitement. So many coaches on my team who are not here posted, there is no way I am missing being there next year.
You bet. And you know, the takeaway here is to work on both levels. Again, work in groups and work individually. Are you contacting your personally sponsored coaches individually, or did you just sign them up and hoping that they're going to get into the group stuff and only dealing in the group? You got to do both. Text them, get together individually, and get them into the group.
Yes, it's important, right? I'm gonna move on to this one, right? My favorite.
How to earn Success Club. You know, and here it's all about showing them all of the different avenues on how to get there. You know, we've listed a few of them here. This obviously is not an exhaustive list, but help them getting their first challenge groups going, you know, understanding the 3 vital behaviors, consistently, you know, we're talking about consistency in daily and monthly activities. On my team, I have something that I call the daily disciplines. I'm not going to go through that in detail here, but again, it's just about getting people into daily habits and showing them the practical, step-by-step process of how they're going to make Success Club.
Well, it's so important because if you have a coach making Success Club 5 every single month, and they do that for a year, we talked about it today, their earning potential and what happens to their business, and they have customers, they have coaches growing on their team, and they have this progression. And I know for me, 3.5, almost 4 years later, where I started and where I am now is because of Success Club. I have not missed 1 month of Success Club 10 since they rolled it out in January of 2010. So there are some amazing trips. They're a lot of fun, but the most important part about Success Club is that it grows your business. And if you can teach your coaches this simple process every month and setting that small goal to hit that, that's doable. It's 5 points, and they're going to do it by doing challenge groups. It's super easy, and what also happens is that you create a team that's producing volume.
And it really is a ticket to success. That little story that I told you about a minute ago of 2010, watching my own team go from 50 people to 1,000 people, is all I did was hit Success Club 5 every single month coming out of there and teaching my people to hit Success Club 5 every single month. We weren't trying to be rock stars getting 100 points a month, and if you can, super, but with your brand new coaches, just show them that little process, because Hillary just said it, I'll tell you, I'll testify to it. Any of the successful coaches will tell you that consistent making success club, you do that for 12 to 18 months in a row, and you have a successful business and a very good income. That's all it takes.
Who doesn't want that, right? I hear coaches all the time will say, well, I might make Success Club, I've got like 3 points. I'm like, you can get 2 more points. One of the coolest things that we now have in your Coach Online office is that you can go into your personally sponsored coach report under My Business, and you can see at any time during the month who has what points for Success Club. So I can post, every Sunday, I post who has how many points on my personally sponsored coach page. And I say, okay, these people have made Success Club already. These people, come on, you got 3 points, let's go. Do it, right? And posting that is almost an accountability for them, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and you know, giving them the tools to get there and partnering up with them. And I love that little aspect, so we can see who's close, and we can see who doesn't have any points yet, because they need a phone call too, right? But the people who have 3 or 4 points, and there's maybe a week left or something, get on the phone with that person. Hey, you're so close to Success Club. What can we do together to get you there? You know, who are the couple of people who you have out there who are prospects? Can we get on a 3-way call? What can I do to help you? Because you're so close, and I want you to get there. You help them, again, you see the vision for them, and get right in there with them, especially in the beginning, and show them how to do it with them.
And who doesn't want the Shanti bubble?
True, I know.
It's good, but so super important. I mean, I can't stress that enough, and being able to see that was awesome for me this year for my team, because I can look at what, like Bob said, the people, maybe there's people that aren't making Success Club. What are they not doing? I need to get on the phone with them, and we need to get them some training and find out what's going on and why they only finished the month with 2 points, right? What can we do to get them better? So getting to Emerald.
You know, getting to Emerald, you know, we talked about that in the beginning. That's sort of when you sort of step into that leadership role. And it's really when this business becomes real, right? And now all of a sudden you're able to benefit from the team cycle bonus program. Now you're able to start getting those customer leads. I always show people Emerald on the very first day that they sign up, because let's face it, if you're just going to sit over here as a coach, this is going to be a pretty hard thing to do. But if we can help you just get your first 2 people and really show your new coaches what happens when you get those first 2 people, that's a very, very powerful thing to share with your brand new coaches, and then show them how to do it.
Right, show them why. Why is it important to get to Emerald? It isn't just to have their picture on my Facebook group so they can go, ooh, I got to Emerald, right? No, it's so they can earn that team cycle bonus, they can start to get those customer leads, and if they're making Success Club, they're getting the other leads as well. So money in their pocket, right?
Right. There'll be 2 things: money in their pocket in the beginning of the creation of a team. And you can do that together. You know, in that 7-day quick start guide, when you're showing them how to sell their first challenge pack, you're showing them how to do their very first invitations. They're looking for their first couple of business partners, right? Maybe it's a spouse. Maybe they sign up the first person, and it's because you show them and you teach them the power of the family aspect of being able to have those 2 business centers and what that can do long term. You know, many of us who have successful businesses, you saw Pete Penny and his wife on stage today, right? Or yesterday in the Millionaire Club. Guess what? It's because they signed up right away in the beginning and they did things together. They understood the power of taking that first step. And when you do that, now you're only looking for 1 person. I got 1 person, I'm going to get customer leads, and now I'm going to start getting team cycle bonuses. How powerful is that?
Well, the faster you help your coaches do that, the faster they're going to see the benefits. And I see people sometimes sitting halfway to Emerald forever and like, I'm going to be Emerald by December. Like you said you wanted to have a business. You said you wanted to grow a business. This is what we're going to do. We're going to work together. We're going to help you get Success Club. And if you make Success Club, I guarantee you, you're going to be able to get to Emerald. Those are your goals, Success Club and getting to Emerald. Those are the first things, like Bob, that I'd like to talk about with my coaches. We need a goal to get your business moving forward, and the best way to do that is Success Club and getting them to Emerald, right?
Absolutely. And then for those of you in the room who are, maybe you're already Emerald, or maybe you're a Diamond, maybe you're a Star Diamond, you know, there's something very special about teaching your new coaches to get to Emerald that helps you. And you know, we want to help our brand new coaches because we want to see them succeed. But let's face it, we're all also building a business. And every time you help one of the coaches in your downline get to Emerald, you just opened a new doorway to a whole new set of customer leads that are coming into your business. And every time you teach people how to get to Emerald and start that process, you're building volume in your business. And guess what, folks? Volume translates into dollars in this business. And so, you know, you've got a sort of a mutual incentive there to help people get to Emerald, because you're helping them, but you're also helping yourself and you're helping your organization. You know, you probably already heard that term, building an Emerald factory. I can't stress how important that is for the success of your business by learning how to build emeralds. In some sense, it's more important for your organization to have a lot of emeralds, even more important than focusing on trying to build those diamonds. The diamonds will come if you get used to building emeralds.
You're creating, you're filling in the pockets, right? Sort of, and it becomes this machine that goes beyond you. Instead of just your 10 personally sponsored coaches, you teach them to get to Emerald, and you end up with an organization of thousands. And I know my team has grown from my first day as a coach where I was at 0 to now not just my coaches, but thousands of coaches on my team in just 4 years.
Absolutely. You know, we're having so much fun with you guys up here. I'm looking at the clock. We've only got a couple of minutes left. You know, helping people to start earning. We sort of talked about that already, and you know, you can take a look at these things. And these are all the topics that we discussed along the way. But it starts right with that 7-day quick start guide. The very first goal is to help your brand new coach to bring in that first commission, get to Emerald, get that first team cycle bonus, and start that process of earning.
Now, we talked a lot about its volume, you guys, and if you want to create a business that starts to move away from all of your work, you know, you start out, it's always going to be coming back to you, growing your customers and growing that. You always have to be doing that, but when you start to build your team, it doesn't mean you can go on vacation and they're going to do all the work for you, right? But you start to build this business of this residual income that grows and grows, and it's crazy, right?
Oh, absolutely. And you know, here's what you get. You get a strong team, you get strong coaches, and you get a business that actually generates some volume. And that is so important for your business to be strong. And you know, I love this picture that we've got up here that sort of come full circle on what we talked about, right? This is a team sport. And look at these kids. They're arm in arm. They're all sitting there together. They're all in one unit and getting ready to be a single unit to go out there and conquer the world.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, you guys. And when you have this team, this strong team, building emeralds, and having challenge groups and making Success Club, and they're earning money, they're excited, and how much faster is your business going to grow because of that?
Absolutely. So who's ready to be a leader?
I can tell you guys, I know a lot of you are probably getting ready to go head out for a workout, but I'm so thankful that you guys were able to come and listen to Bob and I. But go out there, get a personal development book, start